Welcome back to the Spoonie and Caregiver Life podcast with me, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. And let's begin. Did you know that your pre-authorizations for anything, prescription or medical related, don't transfer when you change health insurance companies? That's right, you heard that right. None of the information is shared. For example, if you transfer from Aetna at one job to Aetna at another, the information is not shared, even though it's the same company but different plans. Which is what I have learned by switching to my new job. I don't think a lot of people realize the chaos of switching health insurance providers, because I talked to a friend the other night and this particular subject came up since they switched jobs and health insurance companies. And they are having a tough time getting the medications they have been on for a long time. I explained to my friend that I have been through the same situation every time I have switched jobs, especially in the last 6 months. So he asked me how we have handled the situation recently, because it has been frustrating, and for them as well. And I think the answer is ultimately super informative that I want to share with you. First, I want to say the whole process is a pain in the ass. That's true, that's right. Because you may be taking a medication or going to a doctor that your new provider doesn't really cover unless you have pre-authorizations. And because of this, now you have to have the doctor who prescribe your medication or refer you to a specialist go through the whole process for a new approval. Mind you, it's not a fast process or easy, since the new insurance requests so much paperwork from your physicians all over again. And I mean, they ask from the first prescription that you ever receive to now. The first time that you were told that you were sick to now. Like, they literally want a lot of information. And sometimes that's a lot of work. Imagine having to send or gather all that information, even though it may be electronic, it's a pain in the ass. And sometimes that's a lot of work, let's be honest. And let's face it, nowadays doctors and their staff don't have a lot of free time to deal with that when they have to see 50 patients a day. I mean, they have to see a lot of patients. It's been on the news a lot. So, all of this creates a lot of frustration from both parties. I personally and honestly think that the whole process should be way less complicated, especially with the technology that we have right now. That's why I always go to, it's like, we have the technology. How come we don't have better service in this situation, right? And something that I have thought about is that all of this process should be done the same way mortgage servicers and banks transfer customer information when they sell the portfolio of mortgages. Because by law, they have a certain number of days to share all the information about their mortgage file with the new servicer. This is to prevent payments and other things that the mortgage is going through from being delayed, which helps the homeowner. So what if something like that could happen with the health insurance companies? It will help the patient so much, because it will prevent the frustration and the stress of not knowing if you're going to be able to go to your doctor or take your current medications you are on without jumping through a ton of hoops. Now, in my experience, I can't tell you how long it takes with each insurance company. But based on what I have seen, it has been smooth at some points with just a simple phone call and everything is done. Or if you have a super helpful pharmacy, it also helps immensely to get the pre-authorizations done. Sometimes they do it themselves, so you don't even have to call the doctor. They will request it for you. But still, it has also turned out the opposite and has been terrible to deal with most of the time. Like, I have to call the new insurance to see what they need, then the doctor's office to relay the information, and then call the pharmacist to see if they got the authorization. So the whole process can take weeks to months. And with that said, if you're going through something like this, don't let up. Keep calling every day if you need to. We have done that because it's necessary. So the insurance companies will know that you will go through hell and back to get the coverage you deserve. You're paying for it. You deserve to be treated like a human being. Remember your worth and don't give up. Keep calling. Make sure that they get all the information they need. There has to be no space. Don't let them breathe. Go after them. Get your prescriptions. Get your referrals. Get your authorizations so you can keep getting the care that you need. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about on this episode because I think it's very important. I don't know how many people are going through something similar, but I'm like, if I'm going through something like this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are too. Or if you're thinking about switching jobs because of everything that's going on, think about the insurance as well, because it might be for you or it might be for the person that you're taking care of, your kids, your spouse, whoever is in your plan. So that's something that you can't take lightly if you're not ready to fight, because it's gonna be a fight depending on the new insurance. But like I said, that's all I wanted to talk about on today's episode. I wanted to share this with you. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And once again, thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the feedback. We're growing. We're getting new listeners. We're reaching more people, and it's all thanks to you. So, if you want to share your story, don't forget to send it to me at the Spoonie and Caregiver Life at gmail.com, or you can post it on our community on Facebook. And I'll leave you like always. Always take care of yourself and have a great day.